Hey guys, how's it going? Zombie here with Xeon Gaming. Today we're looking at Destiny 2, guys, and what we're looking at is the development update that we got that we normally get every Thursday with Destiny 2. And I'm just going to run through it and let everyone know what the team at Destiny 2 has currently been working on for us. This came with the news update they gave us last Thursday. I know I'm bringing this out kind of late, but it was for the development update 1.11.18. And there was a ton of information in this, guys. I didn't have a lot of time over the week, so I'm making this video kind of late. There was a lot of information, so this video will be running longer than usual. So I'm gonna try to cover everything that they mentioned, at least try to touch on some of it. What we got was the first off, we got a greeting with a message from the game director, Christopher Barrett. And this message basically states that the development team is going to be a little more open and transparent with what is when it comes to what they have been working on for the future content. But we are warned that even though we are going to know about future content in advance, the release date of the content will remain a mystery until the content is ready to be released, due to the fact that they're going to be a little more open about what they're working on. So it's not going to be just something they're going to tell us about when it's completed and ready to roll out. They're going to let us know in advance, and if they run into setbacks, then they may get pushed back. So they're just warning us in advance to take some of this stuff that's far out in the distance with a grain of salt. Next, we were given a clear description of all the current and future content types, and if they require paid expansion or not. We are also given return dates for the for both the faction rallies, which at the time of recording this, it is actually a few hours away from the first for the first faction rally in season 2. Will be on 1/16/2018, and the Iron Banner will also be here. We will see the faction rally, like I said, tomorrow, and the Iron Banner will be 2 weeks, which will be on the 30th. Okay, guys, it seems that the development team is making some great changes to Eververse. They announced 3 big changes in total, which are, let me bring those up. I thought I had it listed, but apparently I did not. The 3 major changes, this is quoting what they said: we're shifting the balance of new content in favor of activity rewards over bright engrams. This includes adding ghosts, sparrows, and ships to date found only in bright engrams to achievement reward pools. That's a lot better for a situation with me. We can get achievements done a lot quicker than we can leveling, of course, by a large margin and ratio. They also said we'll provide a gameplay path to earn bright engrams and all contain rewards, including event engrams. And third was we'll give players more direct purchase options and make adjustments to bright engrams to allow players to get the items they want more often. They said that let's see, we've begun implementing these changes for the Crimson Days event beginning February the 13th. That's our release date for the Crimson Days event that I mentioned in the previous video. I said with even more chances on the way, even more changes on the way in season 3. Sorry. Said that completing Nightfall, Raid, and Crimson Days milestones during Crimson Days will reward you with exclusive legendary emote, weapon skin, and exotic sparrow, respectively. So what that means, guys, is if we complete these specific events, then we will get these specific items, which is great. We don't have to worry about doing these specific items, getting the engrams, taking them back to Eververse, and hoping that we get these things and coming up short. Or for some people actually getting lucky and getting them. We actually know once we complete this certain objective, we will get this item. And the way I look at it, it's more of a bragging right. You can say, hey, I got this, that means I completed this. So it's more showing your achievements in that aspect of it, in my opinion. So players will earn double engrams at level up, 1 crimson engram and 1 illuminated engram for the duration of the event. Crimson engrams can also drop from completing the Crimson Day match and from completing the Crimson Day milestone on each character. Each Crimson engram, is very strongly weighed to new rewards when decrypting until all new event items have been attained. So they've done a lot of tweaking to greatly increase our chances of getting not getting duplicates. That was one thing I complained about in my last video about the Dawning, or I actually don't think I've completed that video yet, sorry. But I had major duplicates, 6, 7 of the same thing over and over again. Next, they talk about the XP rates. They're still in the process of fixing the XP system, since it was found that Bungie was lowering the XP gained depending on the player's grind of choice. After that, they talked about the January 30th update, which will be coming out with the Iron Banner. It says Masterwork Armor is going to be released just in time for the Iron Banner. We have Masterwork Armor. With this new update, we can now give our armor that same golden outline that we got, with our weapons, making them a little more impressive. One of these boosts that they show makes you more resilient when you're using your super. This will be really useful in PvP, since I know a lot of times I can use my super before I get a chance to actually cast it at an enemy. Depending on what I'm using, I get picked off almost instantly and I lose it. Bungie is also looking to update our raid rewards to make them, and I quote, more unique and interesting. So raid armor will now come with modes that perks that are more raid specific. This is something returning from D1 and something that, in my opinion, is greatly needed. If these perks are like the ones that were in D1, granting more damage towards specific raid enemies or better resistance or damage during certain phases in the raid, then you will see a great number of Guardians using their armor more often. I know that I see plenty of people with full raid sets that never use the raid armor because they like the way some other ones look or the way the shaders look on the others, and the raid armor is just another set of armor. It's nothing specific, and with that, who knows, maybe you'll hear a lot more people using the Alexa app yelling, Alexa, please ask Ghost to equip my raid loadout. But let's see, the raid vendor will also offer direct sales of raid weapons and armor from both the regular raid, the Leviathan raid, and the Eater of Lost Worlds. Or Eater of Worlds, sorry about that. And at the end of every major event in the raid, you will also about guarantee a raid item, whether it is a piece of armor or weapon, with a chance of acquiring a raid ghost at the final battle of either of those two raids. And the good thing about that is the ghost itself will also come with a specific raid modifier. So from now on, anything that we get from the raid, whether it's weapons, ghost, armor, it's all going to benefit us to wear it during the raid. It will help us out in some way, shape, or form. They also talked about the February update. So next we have the information on the February update, and what we will be seeing first is strike scoring. Bungie is bringing yet another feature back from Destiny 1, guys. For those of you who never fought the servitor while running and gunning through the very memorable Cosmodrome, which I hope one day will take us back there myself, or if you've never gone through the moon and killed the ogre at the end, they have the scoring system on there. I'm sorry, I lost my place in my notes. I do apologize. But this feature allows you to acquire points through enemy kills, whether a headshot, throwing knife, or just reeling your drag enemies with bullets. Guys, you it's a new scoring system. It tells you how many points you get per kill. It tells you who got the kill at the end of the match. Most people, they want to know who got the final boss kill because there's 3 people firing shots. The one person who got the final shot, more than likely, if they keep it the way it was, it'll show that person actually got the kill. Even though all people will get experience for the kill, the person will get the points for the actual kill, allowing at the end of the match for people to check and get bragging rights to see who got the most points. Bungie has also stated that they will be looking at the mod system in order to reduce redundancies, give more unique theming, and greatly increase mods' impact on a Guardian's power, is what they were saying. This is scheduled for February, guys, but the modded update, they said they're still working on it. So even though it is scheduled for February, they're probably going to push it back to the spring update itself. So we may not be seeing that right away. They also plan to adjust some quick play game mode rules to increase the pace and gameplay of and heavy ammo as well, the acquisition of it. And they also want to, they're going to add text chat to the PC mode of the game, but just for the tower. Most of this next session of the article focused on Crucible. First was the announcement of the future new ranking system. There's going to be 2 new ways to rank. It's going to be Valor and Glory. Valor is a progressive rank that it goes up whenever you win matches, and but does not go down when you lose. So it'll be a way for you to always increase your level and never go down, just kind of like a leveling system, I guess you could almost. But for Glory, it's actually going to determine the way you play. When you win matches, it'll go up. When you lose matches, it will go down. So that will be something that you'll have to work on. They're also going to introduce private matches so you can play with your friends, clanmates, and other stuff. Be a good way for a lot of people to put trial teams together. And there's nothing wrong with a little friendly competition. I know there's a bunch of people I'll be playing against for a while whenever it comes out. The idea of 6 versus 6 will be returning for PvP. And they have some more additional highlights as well. The highlights basically read that weapon and ability bounce pass, Sandbox adjustments based on player feedback and data from the live game. The Sandbox team will share specific changes as they lead up to Season 3, exotic and armor balances as well. They're going to work with that. They're going to do seasonal reputation. Specific vendors will now display a seasonal ranking. Earning reputation will unlock unique seasonal rewards and will reset each season. Going to improve Iron Banner and faction rallies. In addition to changes you will see when Iron Banner and faction rallies return this month, we will continue iterating on these to make them unique, exciting experiences that you look forward to. They're also doing player list repetition reduction, so we won't have to worry about playing the same strikes or crucial matches over and over again. I know I've done plenty of strikes 3-4 times on the same stage in a row. Crucial matches sometimes too. They're also going to do the InGame Player pursuit. We agree with your feedback on the imbalance between achievement and Bright Ingram rewards, and we will make adjustments to shift more rewards into specific in-game pursuits instead of generic XP grinding for Bright Ingrams. We are excited to share the details as soon as we have them worked out, was what they had said. They're also doing a multi-emote, which will allow us to choose 4 different emotes, guys. So for those of you guys, I don't really do much waving in the game, so I will probably get rid of that. And what it does is it replaces all 4 directional buttons with the customs to allow you to choose which ones you want to use per. They're also going to give us 50 additional spaces in the vault, and they're going to add, as they said, they're going to be adding an exotic accessory tab to vault collections, so you will no longer need to spend vault space on exotic ships, sparrows, and ghosts. So that's a really good thing too. They also look like they're in addition to the tower chat for the PC version of the game. They're targeting for February. They're going to be adding a chat to the PC version of the game for the clan. Heroic strike challenges will be introducing modifiers to add more gameplay variety to the experience. So heroic won't just be a slightly more difficult leveling. It'll be more actual modifiers as well, which would be pretty interesting. They also mentioned fall 2018 or sooner. So they're working a lot more. Not quite ready to discuss. So we're going to expect small samples in the future, item collection and recordings, weapon slot and architect improvements, additional Crucible playlist. Rumble was one thing they mentioned. Better clan rewards, masterwork exotics, which will be real interesting. Pinnacle Weapon and Gear improvements, Trials of the Nine improvements, shaders and dismantling. I know before they mentioned getting rid of entire stacks of shaders, and it said the future of guided games and addressing solo versus fireteam matchmaking. And also at the end they had one final note. It said, expect to hear more from us via Bungie.net. We'll be talking to you more directly and more often as promised. We want to thank our community for all the passionate and detailed feedback you provide. It's critical to our ability to continuously improve Destiny, so thank you. So alright guys, that was a large amount of information they actually provided for us, which was very surprising that they gave that much information all at one time. But yeah, so that's it guys. I just wanted to run through the update that they had given and just run over everything, because they were out for a few weeks and they came back and they just loaded us down with information. So that's it guys for this week. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and comment below, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks.